I asked you to pick my next video, and I'm so happy that this was the winning video out of the 4 ideas that I proposed, because I have been waiting to share these projects with you. This is a sewing channel, so I am often filming my process, but I also have a lot of sewing projects that I work on off camera, and I really like putting together these little videos where I bring out all of my recent handmade items and share them with you. First up, I have this cute little fabric mushroom that I made recently. The pattern is by Willowin, and I actually got it as part of a free online event called Making Zen, where the pattern maker showed a tutorial of how to make this and offered the pattern for free for people who were attending that day. She also sells the pattern for this mushroom on her website, so if you'd like to make one, I'll have it linked in the description of this video. I just think this was such a fun and unique project. It's a great way to use up little scraps of fabric, and I love that it lets you incorporate things like embroidery as a decorative element. Making the part with the gills for the mushroom was really fun, and I think it makes for such a cute little hanging decoration that you can put up in your house. Next, I have a couple of items that I made using some leftover half square triangles from the quilt that I made earlier this year. This one is a little pouch that I made following a tutorial that's available here on YouTube, and I'll have a link to that tutorial in the description of this video so that you can make one for yourself if you're interested. I attached 2 of the half square triangles to each other for this bit on the front, and on the back I used just some scraps of the different colored fabric that I had hanging around. This is a larger sized coaster. I made it with some cotton batting on the inside so it can protect my table from anything I would put on it that would be hot. I cut up some of my leftover half square triangles and arranged them so that they created a different pattern. Next, I have a knit project to share with you. You might remember this one from a video I did a while back with some of my works in progress. It is a knit tank top that I made using some yarn that was left over from making my rosary jumper. And it is now finally finished. I actually thought I had finished this a while ago, but I tried it on and realized that it was a bit too cropped for my liking, and I still had quite a bit of yarn left over. So I decided to unravel it and knit a bit of extra length onto it. I'm glad I made that decision because now I'm very happy with this tank top, and it's something that I know I'll be wearing a lot this summer. The yarn is a cotton bamboo blend and it feels very soft. The link to this knitting pattern is in the description of the video in case you'd like to make one too. Another knitting project that I finished recently is this pair of socks. They're made using wool in 2 natural colors. The heels are reinforced by knitting double, so hopefully they'll be pretty sturdy, and I love how special the wintry themed color work turned out. The pattern for these socks is linked in the description of this video. Another recent sewing project is this cute cat doll. There's something so fun and cozy about sewing a doll, and I love that it lets you use up some smaller scraps of fabric. It can also be a really good way to use up those little bits of knit fabric that are sometimes very hard to find a use for. I used knit fabric to make the headband for this doll and also little socks for her. I also gave her a backpack, which I think is a really cute little detail, and did some embroidery on the face. I got the inspiration for this doll from an image I saw on Pinterest, and then I drafted my own pattern for it, but there is actually a pattern maker who sells the pattern to make this, so if you're interested in using that and having a very quick and easy way of making one for yourself, then that pattern is also linked in the description. I recently tried paper marbling for the first time, and it was so much fun. I didn't record any of it, I was just enjoying the process way too much. But I have some of the materials left, so I might make a video about this in the future. One of the things that it said on the paper marbling kit package was that you could actually use it on fabric, so I did try it out on a couple of pieces of fabric and got really good results. This is a little zipper pouch that I made using some fabric that I did marbling on. I also quilted the fabric using just a diagonal straight stitch. And I love that it's got a kind of unique boxy design with the zipper going straight across the middle here. I think it's a really cute little pouch, and I've been using it to store the chargers for my various electronic devices. This is an interesting one. So this is a knit project that I had been working on, well, that I had as a work in progress for a while, but wasn't doing very much work on. it was meant to be a scarf. For me, it was just very time consuming. Like each row took a lot longer than regular knitting does. And after having it as a work in progress for a while, I decided to scrap the idea of it being a scarf and to just finish it off. And I now have this little swatch of fabric that has this very cool design on it. And I think I'm going to incorporate it into a sewing project of some sort, maybe a bag, and I'll just use it as a textural element, maybe a pocket on the outside of a bag. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I decided I didn't want to unravel it because I really like the pattern and I put all this work into it. So I'm just going to figure out some other way to incorporate it into a different type of project. But it will not end up being a scarf, clearly. The one thing I've been sewing the most lately is underwear. My last video was a video all about that. And I just have another pair to share with you, not too different than one of the pairs that I made in that video. It's been fun to have a project that's quite repetitive, making the same thing over and over again, because each time I make them, I try to improve a little bit and make each pair a bit better than the last one. I've also been wearing them and really enjoying the fit. The next project is one that I'm actually wearing. It is this pair of shorts that I made using my favorite self-drafted shorts pattern. This is now my third pair of shorts that I've made using this pattern, and of course I absolutely love them. I made them with organic cotton fabric, and it's great to have a pair of these shorts in the color white and in a bit of a lighter weight fabric than what my other shorts are made out of. Finally, I wanted to share this dress that I also made out of organic cotton fabric. It's actually a shirt dress that I made using, it's the exact same self-drafted button-down shirt pattern that I used for this shirt. It's just much longer. I put on these patch pockets, which are the same ones that I typically use on my shorts, and I am incredibly happy with it. I think it is the perfect style dress for me. Those are all of my most recent projects. I would love to hear what projects you're working on right now, if there's anything that you have as a work in progress or anything that you've just recently finished. Let me know what it was and what your experience of making it was like. And of course, if you have pattern recommendations, share them with me in the comments. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you being here. If you want to support this channel, you can find my Patreon link below. And another great way to support is by leaving a like or a comment on this video and subscribing to this channel if you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!